Right, class. I hope you're ready. Firstly, we need to talk about my chair. What's going on? Yeah, the chairs and the toilets have a life of their own. So last week we did have the furniture add-on because there was an update to the game literally before we started recording and it broke the add-on. So this week we're back to normal. Callum! Right, detention. I'm joking. You broke my desk! How am I going to plan my lessons now? Oh, and now just open my drawers. Let me close them. Do you know what? You're going to be standing up in a second. I haven't got time for this. I've got. There you go. Flush the toilet. So today we are learning about activation methods. Activation methods. What's going on? I don't know why I looked there as if you were there. So yeah, it's back. Can you stop vandalising my room? You've destroyed my desk, you've destroyed my chair, destroyed my glass, and now you've destroyed my signing. Activation methods. So today, a pretty simple lesson. We're going to learn about all the different ways you can turn. Can you stop flushing the toilet in my lesson? We're going to be learning. Right, let me just go get the bottle of wine from my cupboard. Oh yeah, I've got spare chairs in here. Can you leave my desk alone? So yeah, so today we're going to. I think Callum's no longer the worst child. Stop destroying my room. Oh well, there we go. The board's gone off now. Now I'm going to have to teach you without it. Yeah, and my desk, and the toilet. Anyway, just come over. Let's just. Oh yeah, I've got loads of stuff. Do you know what? I'm just going to put a double chest. I'm just going to put a chest here, and I'm just going to store it full of all this shit which I don't need because I've got so much stuff on me. If anyone wants any spare things, there's loads in my chest over here. Right. So activation methods. We're going to be learning all about the different ways you can turn on redstone. I know this probably doesn't need its own lesson, but do you know what? I wanted to do it anyway. So, redstone gets turned on in lots and lots and lots and lots of different ways. I actually need redstone lamps, which I forgot. So, firstly, we have levers. Levers, I'm sure you know what they do, hence the name. They leave the signal on, so you can activate them, so you can turn them on, or can my mouse stop having a mouse mind of its own? So, yeah, so you can turn them on, or you can turn them off. Very simple. A button works basically in the way that you think. So it turns it on and then turns it off. So it turns itself off. A wooden button works in the same way, apart from a wooden button will keep the signal on for longer. See? We also have redstone torches, which will keep a signal on permanently until you destroy it or you send a signal to that torch to turn it off. We have pressure plates. So we have stone and blackstone pressure plates, which only activate when a mob or a player stands on them. We have wooden pressure plates, which activate when either a player or mob stands on them or an item lands on them. And we have weighted pressure plates. Now, there are two of these. There are gold ones and iron ones. The gold ones are light. These ones are heavy. The gold ones will send a signal depending on how much is on them. So the more things that you put on a weighted pressure plate, the further the signal will travel. So if I just throw as many of this as I want, it should eventually reach there. I could also actually maybe add a repeater. I can't actually see where the redstone is because my room. Yeah, I think if I stand on it, that also is because I'm quite. There we go. So because the player, there we go. So you can see now it's on. So because the player is quite heavy, they actually send a pretty strong signal by themselves. The heavy one, this works the same way as this one, apart from you need more items on this one to actually send the signal further. We also have daylight sensors, which these are going to be hard to use indoors. Maybe I should have done these ones outside. But basically, actually no, by the window might be nice. So basically, how these work is depending on the light level will determine the signal that they can send. So you can see because the signal is quite strong and it's on day mode, it's sent it all the way. But if it was if it was nighttime, you can see that it turns off when it's day, and if you invert it, it only turns on at night. So that's how daylight sensors work. And then the final thing we have is something not many people use for redstone, and I don't know why. Redstone ore. So redstone ore activates when you stand on it. So basically, if I had a repeater there, assuming it works, have they changed it? Because have they? I hope they haven't changed because I've just designed a mini game about standing on redstone ore. Do you know what it might need? It might need a observer block. Let's see if this works. There we go. You can see, but because the signal wasn't very good, it didn't send it farther. So basically, happy come off because it's it's not working because of that. If I stand on it, this should work.
Maybe let the redstone reset, maybe, because it's still active.
It did work for a second. I saw it flashing earlier. Do you know what? Forget redstone ore. Oh, did he do it? Ah, so basically this is a way you can make redstone turn on without having a lever. You can literally just stand on a certain spot and it will work. It will also work through carpets, which, spoiler alert, minigame, and it will work in lots of different ways. So, yeah, that's redstone on. Have you broke my window again? What have you done with my chair? Right, this is why I've got spare... Wait, what? Oh, cap... I've lost a second chair. Luckily, I have backups. Yeah, Callum, you're not only getting detention for a week, you're getting detention for a whole year. Anyway, yeah, go and play around with all of the different activation methods. You don't have to use all of them, but it would be nice and it would impress me more. Because, of course, remember, I'm looking for a star pupil and a star shitter. Yeah. Also, you can make whatever contraptions you want. Remember all of the previous weeks, I say all of them, the 2 previous ones before this, and what we covered in there. Maybe you want to re-jog your memory with those. Maybe you want to try something. Oh, wait, I didn't show off tripwire hooks. Right, everyone come over quickly. Class, stop. There we have tripwire hooks. I only saw because Happy started placing them, and I was like, do you know what's funny is I had a feeling I forgot something. So yeah, basically, if you've got string in between them, linking to 2 hooks, when you stand on them and you stay on them, or if you pass through them, that will send a trail of redstone. So you can see the moment I go off, items work on it. Also, what's interesting is I think if you go around through this part, this is how it used to work. Let's see if it still works. Oh, no, it doesn't. So if you go this way, it doesn't work. I think if you jump over them, though, yeah, they turn on if you jump over them. Maybe that's because I had a really bad jump. There we go. So, yeah, these can also float in the air if you want to make them floating. And, yeah, so come up with whatever you want to use all those methods. There we go. Tripwire hooks have been shown. I had a feeling I forgot something. And, of course, I forgot the one which probably confused. I'm going to work on my redstone ore minigame. See, it does work. So my plan was for my game is I'm going to do it so basically like there's a bunch of different squares which have got redstone ore on which score points. And basically you want to, it's a little bit like Temple Pit, I guess you could say, where you've got to stay on the redstone ore to get points. But there's a whole load of other people chasing you around with swords to like stop them getting points. And then once you've got a certain amount of time stood on the redstone ore, that is what causes you to win. So very interesting. I'm looking forward to that one. But anyway, I'm also looking forward to this. This room is so unbelievably red. It looks weird this week. It's because Dave won the Dave won the star pupil last week, so that's why the room's all red. But it might not be red. Maybe it'll stay red. Maybe it'll change to a different colour. We'll never know. You can build on the side of your arenas, by the way, on the border. I'm not going to criticise you for that. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Like, this is a simple week compared to some of the other ones, but I really wanted to go through these.
This should have been the first week.
Well, to be fair, I think if I didn't teach you how to actually use redstone and repeaters, I feel like everything else would have been void. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Oh, yeah, so there's an interesting thing I want to mention about dispensers. There's a bug at the moment, and if we were on the realm, Callum, this wouldn't work, because for some reason, dispensers don't fire projectiles on realms at the moment. It's a bug. That's why when we played Bridges 2 from EJ's, the arrows weren't firing out, because there's a bug. But yeah, so that's cool. What about using some of the other methods? We've got levers, pressure plates, redstone torches. What other things are there? There's loads of different things. And then I'll talk about next week. Yeah, Bloodstorm's coming on next week, and he's going to be teaching your redstone lessons. And I will go over, I will tell you what he's going to be teaching, because I actually did a slight lesson plan change.
Oh, God. Is it something nice?
No. He's going to be teaching 3 redstone items, 3 which I do want to teach. So that's why. Oh, that looks cool. Okay, so lamp. So let's see how this works. I love how every single one of you use tripwire hooks. That makes me laugh. I'm going to turn off ray tracing for a little bit, just so I can actually see what's going on. Oh, this room. I can actually, my eyes, like, do you know when you're in a dark room? Sorry, that sounded a bit morbid. Do you know when you're in like a room that's really dark and then you go out to a room that's blisteringly light and your eyes adjust? That's what's just happened with me, is I've just turned it off. Okay, so Dave's using these. By the way, Dave, it doesn't really matter, but you can. But that sounded like I was trying to do some rapping there. No, basically, like, you only have to have one side with the tripwire, because you don't have to have both tripwire hooks linked up to send a signal.
Oh, that's cool. That's meant to go into a hopper afterwards.
Oh, hoppers! We did hoppers last week, didn't we? If you want to recap, we did hoppers, crafters, and note blocks last week. So it's going to be interesting. This redstone ore thing is very cool. I'm going to do some testing as well in my own little arena whilst I wait. What if I had a repeater next to this? Do I have to use an observer? What if the ore is on top of the this? No, because you can see it will kind of work, because it's doing like its little flashy animation. Oh yeah, by the way, this might be a shorter week than other weeks, just because this is literally all that the lesson is planned. Okay, what about if I did... I think the only way it would work is with an observer block. What about if I had a comparator? Would that work? No, I feel like it has to be an observer block, which, you know what, is annoying, but I'll work with it. What about if I had a piston? Would the piston get activated? Sorry, I'm really playing around with my redstone here. Does it not say? I'm going to have to look up redstone ore quickly, because I hope he hasn't changed. It looks like It looks like Gaps and Bloodstone, by the way, are playing around with vibrant visuals. Honestly, I loaded up the preview, and I've got to be honest, I don't actually like vibrant visuals. I don't think it looks particularly very nice, and I know that, like, I would say that, but to be fair though, like, I was, well, yeah, but like, I was never that. Oh, Callum, you wait! I cannot wait to make that joke on you. Yeah, this looks cool.
If I put a hopper there, pressure plate on that, and if I no, okay.
Oh, Dave's using bells. That's cool. By the way, Dave, bells set off Redstone. They are another activation method, but they're not redstone-y. Like, they're not a redstone component. Like, there's so many other things I could have shown you. I could have done lightning rods and bells and a bunch of other things, chisel bookshelves, but like, they're not core redstone things. So maybe I'll teach you them in week 9 when we've got like a final week. But I'm not too bothered about teaching them, I'll be honest. Oh, Happy likes to make songs every week. I've noticed a trend growing. But Happy, you're going to prove you're not a one-trick pony or a one-trick wolf. Ooh, Callum's playing around with weighted pressure plates. So remember, if you stand on one, I don't actually know if like the amount of items you've got in your inventory determines how strong you are when you stand on one. That would be very interesting if that's how they worked as well. I don't know if that's how they work though, so maybe have a go, Callum, and test. I think it might do, you know. Let me just grab like loads of things and let me just test this. No, okay, it looks like it does exactly. That's how weighted pressure plates should work. They should change that or add a new type of pressure plate that only does that. That would be very cool. Oh, Dave's making a little light show.
It does work. Oh, it works.
Oh yeah, I think I've got my April Fool's video for next year done, by the way. I'm going to do a montage of all of the times that Gaps, Callum, Bloodstorm, and EJ fangirl about vibrant visuals. Yeah, and that's going in the April Fool's too, because you lot have taken the piss out of me for the last year, and I'm taking revenge. Yeah, and ray tracin's just better. But yeah. You got it working. Hey! Oh, you put a repeater. See, that's how you do it. If you wanted to use the pressure plate for just looks and not for its actual purpose, you would actually just put a repeater. But if you wanted to do it like the other way, what you could do is you can even just have, like, say if I just threw these on here. There we go. See, it wasn't actually that many items. Because the redstone trail is only 2. I think if we used a heavy pressure plate though, I'm going to annoy you and break this pressure plate. Oh wait, I got the pressure plate back. You can break them with your fists. I never knew this. But yeah, so basically, if you threw like these ones on, because this is a heavy pressure plate, it takes longer. So you can see, look how many items I'm having to throw on just to get this to send further. I've only used these weighted pressure plates once, and that was for a minigame called Temple Tower, where you have to go and collect concrete powder and destroy each other's crops. And that's the only time I've ever used weighted pressure plates. Just because maybe I should do a minigame with them. Ooh. Right, should we give you 2 more minutes? Should we go up until 9 o'clock? I love how I said 2 more minutes and then 9 o'clock. That's actually 4 minutes, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to fix my room. Because I've got a cover teacher coming in next week and he'll probably trash my room. Where have you put my chair? Have you thrown my chair out the window? Oh my gosh. Well, why do you hate my chair? Also, I'm going to fix the toilet issue. Yeah, he's bullying me. He's bullying the teacher. You're going to trap me in a corner soon. Right, there we go. Right, I'm going to move this toilet a little bit. Oh, wait, I can't. Wait, last week we can move the toilets. Have they changed it? No, I don't want to flush it. Maybe I need to put the table in second. There we go. Now the toilet's back in its spot for the star shitter. What's going on with my laptop as well? Oh my gosh. I just turned my desk. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh. Do you know what you could do, Callum? You could do a weighted pressure plate under here that the arrow will dispense onto to send the signal. Magic. You could do a pressure plate there, and then that way, then you could even use a wooden one if you wanted to. It doesn't have to be a... Yeah, this sword should have to go though, because otherwise that would just keep that on. So yeah, so you can see now, look at that. It's sending the signal. And then I think if we just keep doing this, there we go, look. Magic! That's actually a really cool idea.
Oh my god, what is going on?
My little pony, shriveled and bony.
I need a bit of redstone.
That's the 18 plus version of My Little Pony. My Little Downies. Right, you've got 1 minute, and then we'll have a look at everyone's mechanisms, and then I will award Star Pupil. Oh, he's done it.
Yes, it lights. It lights.
I mean, this is cool. I like the bells. That's something no one's tried before. This is where everyone puts bells in their thing now. Right, anyway, that is time. Let's see if we can find... Oh, that's cool. So you've done like the weighted pressure plates. They get set off by the diamonds. And then you've got a little song that plays every single time that goes around. That's cool. The only problem is that dispensers are a bit random. I would have put that dispenser literally like a little bit closer, like maybe 1 block closer. That way then you could have...
I would have done that, but I like this.
I know, but sometimes the items don't land on the pressure plates is why.
Yeah, but that's the
Also, another problem is that items do despawn. So there's a problem. There's a chance that maybe because you can see, because it's all stacking on top of each other in the corner, they're actually not sending the signal very far. But eventually they do. Right, we've got Dave's one where he says, I did see Dave use a whole load of different things. He used levers and pressure plates and tripwires. And then Callum did basically where you stand on a weighted pressure plate, that activates that. He showed off this with the tripwire hooks, and he did a whole load of redstone lamps, which is very cool.
I was trying to link them up, but I didn't read.
Right, everyone come and sit down.
Can I just clear my inventory because I've got too much stuff?
Yeah, I gave you lots of things today, more than usual. Let me turn on ray trace as well. Oh, that looks so much better. Excuse me. Right. Firstly, you've all done. This is probably everyone's best week. So, well done. So, next week, you are going to be being taught by Bloodstorm. You are going to be learning the following things. redstone comparators,
Oh, fuck.
skulk sensors.
Oh, fuck.
And, are you flushing the toilet?
That's what you get.
And observer blocks.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So good luck.
Observers comparison is the only one I know.
Yeah.
Two.
Skulk sensors, comparators, and observers are what you're learning next week.
Easy. I think are easy. I know how to do them.
So good luck to you and good luck to Bloodstorm.
Wait.
I will be in the room, but I won't be teaching it. I will let Bloodstorm do that, but I will be helping you with all your contraptions because this week is going to be a very difficult week because comparators and skulk sensors are very in-depth items, and I didn't want to teach them.
What do you mean next week? Not this week.
I think I said next week. I'm not sure. So yeah, good luck. Anyway, Star Pupil, Star Shitter. I have decided that it's very difficult to award a Star Pupil, and it's very difficult to award Star Shitter. So I am going to give everyone Star Pupil for this week.
Oh, bloody hell.
So well done to everyone for the glass.
Bloody hell, that's a good thing, Callum.
Yeah. Quick question: how are you going to do it for the windows now?
Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's do a flash of all of them. There we go. So there was red. Here's grey for happy. I probably will change the windows and make them all cool. And there's orange for Callum.
Wait,
So-
how many windows are on each side? There's 3 windows on each side. Have one row, each of our colours,
Yeah, I could do.
in an alternating pattern.
Yeah, I could do. I might do that. But yeah, that is pretty much going to be it for this week. Next week, as I said, Bloodstorm's going to be teaching you, so you won't have me for another 2 weeks. Well, no, I will be here, but you won't have my amazing teaching skills, top-notch, grade A stuff, until next week. So, well done. And then the week after, when I'm actually back, is going to be the halfway week. So, yeah, and then you've got me for 1 week, and then you've got EJ the week after. So, I'm on annual leave. I booked it off in November. I've got my PPA time. So that's what's happening over the next. So this week, these next few weeks are going to be more interesting than probably any of the other weeks in the season. And then after EJ, we've only got 3 more lessons, and then it's your exam week.
Well, what we want to plan for?
Can you stop breaking my? Oh, are you getting rid of the toilet?
I was trying to get rid of the toilet, but I had to get rid of everything else. Everything else was blocking it.
Oh shit. Game lag.
That's just destruction because I didn't break the floor.
I didn't mean to do that. I did my game lag.
So yes, that is going to be it for this week. I hope you have all enjoyed it. Much simple week, but I feel like I wanted a simple week before the complicated week. So there we go. My room is now officially destroyed. Are you going to make them look like how those teachers have their desks where they have like 2 that way and 1 this way? What was it? I don't actually like my tables like that. That looks awful. Look at the placement. Do you know what? We'll give it a go next week, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's going to be it for this week. Congratulations to everyone for getting Star Pupil, and congratulations to everyone for not getting Star Shitter. Next week, also, Bloodstorm will be awarding Star Pupil, Star Shitter, so it's out of my control. So you're not impressing me, you're impressing Bloodstorm next week, and my opinions on how well you do are invalid. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. But yeah, at least everyone's now got Star Pupil. I could have been mean and not given it Callum for literally getting rid of my chair twice in 1 episode.
I mean, also, Foxy, remember, he broke your signs, he broke your board, he broke your chair.
Yeah, but you broke the rest of my room, Happy. You broke my desk.
At least I'm trying to fix it.
Oh God, there's going to be a fight outside school, isn't there? I can.
There we go. That's good.
Okay, that looks cool. I like it. Like that looks nice, actually. I might keep it like that. We'll see.
Villain meeting with the chairs. It looks like a villain
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah.
Was to destroy the world.
But yeah, that's good. I feel like we're in like staff meeting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you all at some point.